admit it. You're glad to see us.
It's time for another Midnight Oyster production. Well, it's time for some CCSR. So, this is Blue Moon, Infield, Reverse. This is Batman R33, my teammate. Just having a little lap, just seeing how he does his lines, which are good to know, very similar to mine, so I'm quite happy with my practice. So we're going to see how this turns out in the form of a race. We shall see. Hopefully well. Yeah, he's quick. Tabron, how the hell has he got an 11-2? How the smeg has he done that? That has me a little bit worried. Okay, our team, Team Dadbot, are 6th in the standings, so we're doing pretty well. So we will endeavour to move up to 5th, because we're only 3 points behind DWT. So hopefully by the end of this... Oh, here we go. Qualifying time. Right, this is single shot qualifying. So it's going to be very much go out, set a lap, and see where you come back in. So what I'm not going to do is go out first. Let everyone else populate the track before I go out. I'm going to wait less than a minute, because it's obviously only a minute in terms of lap. So what we want is probably go out after about 30 seconds or so. I'm going to wait until they are in the infield section for the most part. There's plenty of space now. Right, let's get cracking. Right, let's crack on, see if we can set a decent lap time. Looks like we're all going out at once, because why not? Hey, there's Mr. Pack. Alright, Mario, PWT. What we're not going to do is set the brake bias too far to the rear, because obviously that's what we want to do to protect the tyres. But this being a one-lap sprint, for obviously the qualifying, we don't need tyre longevity. Being the fact I'm on the mediums anyway, they're going to make one lap without a problem. It's not going to be as fast as anyone's softs. Well, so I should say super softs, because the remit with this series is we have people starting on super softs and mediums as a break in the speed. So here we go, flying lap time. The race itself will be a 20-minute race where we have to pit between the 5th and 15th minute to change from either the medium or the super soft. Bear in mind your teammate will have the other compound to you. So excuse me while I focus on this lap, because it's actually very important. And they've screwed it up. Just about got away with that. It's not going to be a fast lap though. Yeah, people in the 12s and 13s. I won't be doing that on my mediums. I can tell you that now. $21 for a GT rep. What the hell happened there? Well, at least I'm not going to be starting last. Batman, good time. 10th faster than my personal best in the Super Softs. Yeah, I didn't have a particularly good lap there, but we're going to go in. Out of curiosity, I'm going to see what I can have done on the first sector. How the hell has Tabron done a 10.9? How the hell has he done that? Annoyingly, I know I could have gone about a second faster, but I did get the second corner technically a bit wrong. Okay, not going to be starting particularly well in this one, starting in 12th, but I do suspect we're going to have a race of attrition with this one. People going off, collecting the wall, accidents. GT Realm has just set another flying lap. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do that. Pretty sure it's a one lap only deal, this qualifying. Hey, Batman, 292. Good to see you, man. Cheers to you, mate. It's not going to be a good qualifying for me, because, quite frankly, that lap sucked, but I'm pretty sure GT Realm has just set 2 flying laps. Thanks, dude. Hey, there's Batman R33 at the top. Good man. Pretty sure I'm missing the point. In fact, it's supposed to be a single lap qualifying. How the hell Tabron has done a 10.9, I will never know. That's got to be a slipstream and a half, surely. And my best time in practice was a 12.6 on Super Softs. I suppose, yeah, if you get a heck of a slipstream, there's a second up there, right there. Admittedly, I didn't have a good lap, but... So if I could go about a second faster, there's no way I'm 2.5 seconds slower. Well, anyway, there's that race over and done with, if he's going to run away with it. So right, we do what we always do. We plan for the race, not for the qualifying. So we're going to see if we can actually have a nice, clean race. Must remember to put the handbrake on. Must remember to put the handbrake on. That's always my undoing when it comes to this thing. Seriously. Like every time. Appears that you might not have audio for this, for the actual race, but we might just have to deal with that, I'm afraid. For some reason, it doesn't look like it's being captured properly. Probably because I've got the wrong cable in there, mate. Oh, someone in the wall. Didn't see who that was. Looked like a Ferrari from my humble opinion. Damn, I was hoping I could be on the back of these guys for a bit of a slipstream, but apparently not. Okay, so right, we have to settle down and just try and keep that McLaren behind. We're up a couple of places at the beginning. Okay, so apologies if you haven't got the audio. Which I know you haven't, so again, apologies. At least this time we're going to have the slipstream down to turn 1. Okay, now the super softs are going to start to be degenerating a little bit. It's like the flying bagpipe, who's, I believe, the other Ferrari drivers had a disconnect, or he's given up. Not sure which. One thing you can't do is hit that and pick up some damage. If you're going to touch it, it's got to be a glancing blow. Tabron and Pac-Man have taken off like an absolute stink rocket. Got to get that McLaren out of my slipstream, so we're going to have to start making some moves now. Something about CCSR that puts my heart in my absolute throat. Whew. Thank you, Pac-Man.
Get to the chopper!
I ain't doing that now, but I will do it later, I promise. I should know it'd be you here too. You're the only one sadistic enough to try and get me to do that during the middle of a CCSR race. Love you too. Okay, first time we're taking that corner properly, awkwardly, so that's not bad going, I suppose. Okay, so we're in the 7th minute. Now's the time where the super softs are going to be dying. Okay, let's see if we can get PWT. No worries, Etta, you take care. Wow, PWT was on super softs. Wow. That's stunning. I know Roses is on the medium, so I just got to try and keep pace with him. There goes Batman into the pits. Just about halfway. I don't think I can match Batman for tire wear, so I'm not going to try. So I'm going to at least do at least one extra lap, maybe two. Okay, we've dropped Toddy for the slipstream, so that's good. Just need to catch King Kane. Okay, they are struggling on their mediums. They're going to be struggling with the super softs. So that is good to know. Whew. My heart is in my absolute throat. It really is. Okay, a load of people may have jumped me during this stop. However, I'm going to have much fresher tyres towards the end. This is, I really do believe it's a race of attrition and tyre wear. As Rose is, politely shows my point by hitting the wall there. Yeah, I expected as much. Right, let's see if I can get the audio working. Yeah, I plugged in the wrong thing. Sorry about that. I'm actually shaking from this race. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I have to pass a load of people now, but we're going to have the best tyres. Oh, that's got to be damage for Roses. Slightly annoying. Never mind. Have to come back in them. So that's my biggest problem during the race. I will take it. How long we got left? We've got 4 minutes. Okay, come on, let's go. Let's see if we can at least catch the guys in front. I know I can catch Rose, he's got damage. Batman up in second. Teammate. Mod Racing. No damage. Christ, he clonked the wall though. Damn. Also make a very sturdy McLaren. Okay, we've got selection from Toddy. Let's see what we can do with this. It's not leaving very much room. Come on. That's not leaving very much room, is it? Whoa, that was the end of the race. Actually thought it was another lap or two in there. Well, actually. That's a shame. I think I could have been fifth in that, but if it weren't for my whoopsie penalty. However, you know, it's an improvement from where starting like 12th. So that's better. Absolute cracking race from Pac-Man as always. Not entirely happy with Toddy closing me down all the time. Really wasn't aware on the length of time of that race. Thanks. Absolutely epic race from the other Pac-Man. Oh, we're at 5 places. That's not too bad. Let's go and check the replay. let's have a look at said replay. So let us add the feed from the other window. Hold on one moment. There we go. Oop. Okay. I've got to say, I was not a fan of that single lap qualifying. That I can tell you. Also, was there multiple drivers doing multiple laps?
King in 5th, Mario in 6th, 20 in 7th, flying backwards 8th, GT Ram in 9th, and Matt Humphrey takes out the top 10. This is going to be very crucial today, Boosted, as we watch them at the lights here.
Yeah, watch that 4th place Nissan, that 4-wheel drive is going to play its part.
I'm going to watch Tabron at the moment with the KFC burnout start. Looks like he's at a lightning start, but watch out for
Okay, so, right, we are ready to do this. I've just got to get it somewhat synced, so give me a second. That is some... Let's just take that back 10 seconds.
PWT! Tabron at the moment with the KFC burnout start.
Okay, that's basically completely synced up. So we shall have a quick look from the commentator's point of view. So, without further ado, let's crack on.
Looks like he's at a lightning start, but watch out for PWT and the BMWs. Look at the Nissans as well. So it's Nissan into the lead. PWT really needs a good start here, and he's got it, and he's got a bit of a gap as well here, Boosted. What a start. Mario down the inside of it looks like Pac-Man, not quite doing it, but the two BMWs on the outside into the braking zone. I can't look. Tell me what happens.
I don't know, it's scary. Oh,
They've
no.
all got through.
Oh, that was all
They've
right.
all got
That was
through.
all right.
Can we stop the stream? They've all got
That's it.
through. That's it. I'm done.
We're
Pack it up.
done. Let's leave it as it is.
So PWT is in the lead. Pac-Man in second. Wildney in third. Great drive from Wildney. Tablet down the inside of Wildney for position. Has he got that done? He's trying to get that Shrocko down the inside. Looks like he has. Great move. Oh, flying bagpipes into the wall and spins. Flying bagpipes into the wall and spins. Let's take a look at that replay and see what happened to flying bagpipes. Where is he? In 6th position there. Goes into the corner. He's trying to get that thing to turn in. Oh, not like a dude taps the wall and it just goes round. That's so strange. It's so strange. So
unlucky.
PWT trying to hold off Tabron.
Down the inside.
Oh, nearly got it done, but he's got Pac-Man. So Pac-Man is now trying to get Tabron. Oh, what a drive out of that corner from Tabron. Has he got the
Great
beans
run by
on
Tabron
Nissan?
there.
Yeah, definitely. But look at Pac-Man. He's got them both. He's in
Look
the
at
street,
him.
but look, he's tapping him. This is brilliant. So PWT's got it outside line. Pac-Man's nudging PWT, but Tabron's got the line in the inside into the braking zone. It's going to be Tabron who takes the lead. Great move from Tabron. What a great bit of driving from the three of them there.
Yeah,
Oh,
he held
Rodney
that in
sideways.
stop.
Oh, he's managed to save it into the braking zone. Sorry, Boosted.
No, I was just saying, Tabron held that inside lane lovely. He had a real good slingshot out of the bend, and that.
It's interesting to see how this race unfolds when you're not part of it.
Yeah, there we go. Roses goes
of-
into 5th.
I wasn't.
Matt just gets a little bit pushed up
The
wide
Matt
there,
is.
but manages to get that nestled down. We've got GT Ram on the back there at 12th with Sarah Hawkey in 13th, just behind. But everyone's battling there, and it's been a great start to this race. But PWT is battling with Pac-Man. And he's now looks like he might get tagged in from Wildney. Wildney gets the inside line. Looks like they've all managed to get through. Yes, they have. Mario getting done down the inside there by, looks like King Kian there, Boosted. Great move from King Kian.
Yeah, brilliant move. Saw it, made the most of it, and this is where it plays the part on this straight. Some of the cars just pull away.
Yeah, there you go. Wildney is in the straight. Look at Bite the Roses needs the toe because the Ferrari's just closing without it. Look at this, it's incredible. Mario on the back of King. King's got Midnight all over the back of him. GT Ram's on the back of his pack as well. It's a great shot. Wow, what a great shot that was. Oh, PWT's gone wide there as he comes through the corner.
Must have been the damage there.
Into the braking zone. Oh, these camera angles are way
Oh.
too short. And Matt goes wide as well. Now into 6th. PWT now into 5th. Into the braking zone. Matt trying to get down the inside of Marcus. Has he got that done? Flying bagpipes has left the room, which is unfortunate. But Ferrari did not want that. Ferrari did not want that at all. Plenty of
Great
time to
respect
race.
by Matt and PWT. Some brilliant driving on show.
definitely. Wildney there in third, Roses in fourth. There is PWT, Matt, and then we got King Kian just behind him. Mario there as well. Watch out for Midnight, is on the back of this group as well. Matt, oh, Midnight's hit the wall.
I touched the wall and hit
Luckily,
it.
no damage. Very, very lucky. Well, let's have a look. How he's got damage? No, he hasn't. He's on the medium tyre. Deceptive Ginge in 10th now. Toddy in 11th. It's been a cracking job. And the two Aldies at the back, GT Realm and Sarah Hawkey, but they're all on the same lap. But Tabron is absolutely destroying everybody at the moment.
This is what I said. They needed to hold on to him. At least 2-3 laps in, his tyres will drop off. But they've let him slip and he's walked away. Look at that, 3.2 seconds.
Well, let's see how he gets on. Oh, Pac-Man very, very wide there. Let's see how he gets on, because I know he has COVID, bless him. So, and he said he hasn't had a lot of practice, and you wouldn't have said so. But he's not feeling too well, so we wish him all the best. And I know he's not feeling 100%, but he's in the lead at the moment, and this will be a fantastic win if he can do it, achievement-wise. Unbelievable. But Pac-Man there in second. Wildney has got Roses all over the back of him. Let's go on board with Wildney, with Roses pushing hard. Out there in
McLaren guys are really looking comfortable in the last few races.
Yeah.
They really are showing that McLaren is a contender.
Of course, did PWT have damage?
Has pulled away. He's got a bit of a gap now. Oh, both of them getting a bit snaky. Look at them coming in. All of the cars there actually coming into that corner. Oh,
that's one hell of a bump.
Slams the wall there. Wow. What a start to this race already. So pit lane is open, ladies and gentlemen. Pit lane is open. There's a move down the back there. Yeah, good shout, good shout. There we go. GC Round down the inside of Toddy for position and gets it done. Great move there from GT Realm, and now starting to pick up the pieces here on the medium tyres. Let's see what he can do. Toddy trying to get down that inside line, not going to do it there.
Whoa,
very squirrely as well.
Lucky that Audi's front wheel drive. If that was rear wheel drive, I think that probably would have been game over.
Yeah, definitely. So there, Tabron in the lead, 4 seconds now. Plane coming into land. What a lovely shot that is.
I was just looking at that on my replay, seeing the shadow moving across the crowd.
Indeed. There's Wildney, Roses, Matt, King Kian. We've got PWT with Midnight just behind in Mario. GT Realms, a little flashy lights. Oh, Mario's gone wide. Is he going to hold it? He's gone backwards. Let's have a look at that again. What happened with Mario there?
Oh, off the wall. He's got damage.
Oh, don't believe it. So he comes round the corner. Oh, he's clipped the grass. That's what he's done. He's clipped the grass. He's all over the grass. So that's going to really cost him as he comes in to the right-hander, which it will do, because it's just going to drift out wide and bang, bang, bang into the wall. So he carries on now in 10th spot. Tabron in the lead. Pac-Man is there in second. Matt is now in third and got past King and Roses for position. Let's have a look and see how that happened.
These three guys, Matt, Roses, Kian, all on mediums. They are looking fast. Once these guys get on the super softs, I think they might be chasing down them top 3 positions.
There's only one and a bit seconds behind.
Just in front there are those guys. PWT looks like he's got second win now, and now closing up on the guys in front. Midnight in 7th, GT Realm now in 8th. Great driving from GT Realm. There he is, now pushing these guys up front.
Why does GT Realm get all the praise?
Roses on the inside, holding it.
Oh, it's a great move from Roses down the inside of King. King down the inside of Roses. It's another move like Spark down the inside, and it's about this bump at the end here, and he looks like he's got it done, has he? But Roses got the outside line, so he's going to get the power out of the corner, and it looks like he's got it done. Great move from Roses, manages to hold it. Matt's now away.
That is not a bump, that is a cliffside. That really is.
Felt like club at Thruxton today boost. Oh my coccyx is killing me. But there we go, so around the right hand there we go.
Catch you later, Batman.
King's car looks so stable, look at it go. Comes out wide into the braking zone, into this right hander. King's going to look down the inside of Roses for position. That's great respect from the two drivers. Into the braking zone.
Driving.
King's got it done. Oh, he's managed to snake it. Look at that, that's a brilliant move. Midnight just behind PWT, and he looks like he's having to go down the outside of PWT into the braking zone. Not going to do it there. Could there be a cutback?
I think this should be the last lap for PWT today. Them tyres are looking a little bit worn.
Okay, so there we go. Near side front for the Genesis there. Let's have a look at PWT's. Yeah, that left front is absolutely destroyed, and he's doing a great job holding them off. But Tabron is coming around now. Is he going to come into the pits? Because his left front is absolutely destroyed. Yes, he is. So into the pits is our leader. And there he goes.
Oh, Pac-Man doing one more. Is that going to pay off?
Very interesting. Matt's going round as well. So Matt's not far behind.
Matt's tyre wear. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, but this guy is probably one of the best tyre savers I've seen. He's just on another level. He really is.
That was a very, very long pit stop as well. So did Wildney come in? He has. He must have come in because he's got some lovely medium tyres there. So Wildney's come in. Maybe just a little try there, it looks like. So he's now in 10th, Tabron in 9th. Mario is there still in 8th position. GT Ram now into 7th. So this battle is really starting to hot up between the guys in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. And there we go. Did PWT come in? I think he did, didn't he?
Yes, he did,
so
yeah.
there we go, confirmation.
It wasn't
there.
that bad.
He did come into the pit. So
Wasn't
the medium
that bad.
tyre looking quite second
Wasn't
hand.
brilliant,
Toddy
but
now.
it was
Is
solid.
he going to come in? So this will be very interesting now. GT Ram's in 7th on the medium tyre. Doesn't look too bad. Obviously,
Just
the
watching
left
the replay
front
now.
again, but they look like they're all coming in this lap. Pac-Man is in, so this will be very interesting to see what happens. Tabron with the fastest lap, 1:11.907. Matt's gone round again. There goes Matt. King also. Roses also. Midnight also. Toddy is just following suit. So these guys on the medium tyre are really pushing
It
now.
wasn't too bad.
Keane
Considering
and
I
Roses
feel like a
are
bag of
just
crap
sticking
because of a
to each other.
gigantic headache.
And if you look at their
I'm
tyre
doing
wear,
alright.
it is
I think I did
practically
alright.
the same. Brilliant.
So there we go. GT Realm also coming up. Pac-Man is out, but he's got Mario in front of him, and Tabron is just going to glide past Mario for position and gets it done. So there is your not leader on the road, but he will be as soon as everyone comes in the pits, unless Matt has anything to do with it, because he's absolutely flying. He's done 13s all throughout the medium
Thanks, really.
tyre stint.
It'll be fine.
So
I've taken a
we'll see what he can
shitload
do
of painkillers. It'll
as
pass.
he comes into the braking zone. I think he just wants to get these.
It's not what you need when you need to be
super soft
focusing
tyres
on a race.
last minute and just absolutely nail it. So we'll see what he can do.
I am genuinely quite happy with the
He's
result.
looking very,
So,
very good at the
yeah, it
moment.
wasn't
There is Roses in 2nd, King in 3rd, Midnight in 4th. Toddy's having a great race today. Really impressed with Toddy.
Why is it always a guy behind me that
Yeah, as you were
compliment?
just saying, Matt, there, once he throws them super softs on, I don't know if
Every
anyone's going to be
time.
close enough to catch Tabron, but if anyone is, it's probably going to be him.
Yeah, so King is in. So King has gone in. So there we
What
go.
do you mean,
King
with
is in,
commentary
Toddy's in as
or
well. Midnight
headaches?
Roses and Midnight Roses. That's a good name. Midnight Roses and Humphreys has stayed out. So there we go. There we go. There is the leader. There is Roses. Midnight there. Tabron is on the back straight. This is going to be very tough. Pac-Man is also coming down the straight. Wildney is there in 6th position. So Wildney could grab a few spots here, I reckon.
Yeah, I think it's possible. Also, it's good that Pac-Man and Wildney,
This is gonna be
Pac-Man
tight.
has got some...
Sorry, it's going to be tight between King and PWT. Ran the outside. PWT's got a pace and he's got past King for position on track.
That's a
So
good
there he
pass.
goes into 7th. King in 8th. GT Realm is also there in 9th on the super soft tyre. Now let's see what he can do at the back of these guys here. This is going to be very intense now. 5.5 seconds in front, 5.7 seconds.
Ah,
in front
racing.
of
We'll do
Roses.
some lobbies in a
Midnight
minute.
there as well. Just 1.5 seconds in front of Midnight, sorry, is Roses. Tabron is there as well. 11 seconds down the road from Matt. This is going to be very, very tight indeed.
Matt just surprises me again and again, and he's come
Matt's
in.
Matt's in
I
at the
can't wait
pits.
to see him on these super softs.
No, no one
Indeed,
at all.
King for position on PWT gets it done. So the top 3 come into the
It's
pits.
either
but,
you're
Toddy is
faster
just
than
on the back,
someone
he's thinking,
or-
come on, at least someone have a little tap here.
Yeah,
But GT Ram has got a great drive out of the
There's no
corner, coming
opportunity
into
to work with someone.
the final corner, gets it
Sadly.
done. And there we go. Great move there from GT Ram. Tabron coming around the right-hander here. Pac-Man is there on the start-finish straight. Matt is still in. Matt is now out. And Matt is 3rd on the grid. Now, where is Wildney? He's coming down the long straight. Looks like Matt's got this done. Yes, he has. So now here we go. 12 seconds down the road. What can Matt do with 7 minutes to go boost?
Well, that's what it's going to be. 4 laps, I think. He's got 4 laps on them super softs. He will make them super softs last comfortably 4 as well. So I think he's going to be pushing, and depending on how much he gains a lap, I think it's going to be tight.
Yeah, I just want to mention
Yeah, a bit
that
of a
the
mix
two
on it.
BMWs, again, 4th and 5th up the road here. PWT for a move down the inside of Roses
That's what my opinion.
and
I
gets
think
it done.
everyone
Great
in
move
the
there
lobby,
from
I mean, even
PWT.
first
So
to last, is
Roses
above
coming out
average.
right in the bad stuff. He really didn't want to be in this little medley.
However, it's
and
one
really
of the, it
cost
is a
him dear
mixed
here.
lobby of top 1%, top 2%
With Marcus
sort of deal.
PWT being on their mediums as well, he is really parking that Nissan where it needs to be so
Look
people
at
can't
this.
get past.
What a battle. Oh, Toddy down the inside of Roses. Is he going to get that done? Not quite. Oh, this is a great battle. You don't know where to look at the moment. Oh, they're all squirrely as they come around that corner there. It's absolutely devastating. Where did they get that corner from?
All 3-car run down the straight.
4,
Look at that for
Four.
a picture.
3.
So here we go as they come through. There's
Who's got the
PWT.
leg?
Oh, Toddy down the inside. Look at Midnight getting a toe off all 3 of them. Look at this. This is fantastic. Is Midnight going to have a little cut down the inside? Yes, he is. Look at this. Into the braking zone. What's Toddy going to do? Toddy's going to hold the brake down the inside and he gets it done. Oh, Chris's Roses out wide. Not like he could have done there. Toddy gets it done. Great driving from Toddy. He just said, you know what? You're going to have to fight me for this one. Great driving
Yeah.
from Toddy.
Really
Great
was
driving.
little bit of rubbing, but this is racing. There was no harm done.
Yeah, you can see Roses trying to get that inside line, trying to turn in early. Great save from Roses there, and Toddy gets it done. Great move.
Marcus is sitting with these guys, PWT, and these guys are on super softs. He's on more worn mediums.
Yeah, there we go. And you can see the super soft tyres. You
can see where I picked up my,
working here for Matt.
my
at the
penalty
moment,
there.
11 seconds down the road,
Penalty
4.5
for
minutes.
Midnight.
Midnight with a penalty. So let's have a look at that. So there we go. 0.3
Oh,
second
good.
penalty.
They
so
just
he will
miss
come
everything
out to
I
the
do.
outside, take
It looks
that
like something
penalty,
bad.
Which he does so on the start finish straight, and it looks like Roses has not realised what he's got there. So he takes his penalty, which he does. Well done to Midnight. Gets it done.
Oh, such a shame to lose all that speed on the straight.
So there we go. Midnight
Unfortunately.
loses that spot, but it's still Tabron in the lead. 7 seconds from Pac-Man in second. Matt is trying to close up Pac-Man, but he's doing a good job as Pac-Man. He has closed up, but it's not enough on the leader. King in now 4th place. It looks like Wildney is letting go by. GT Realm is on a mission to try and get Wildney. Getting the cut back here. Oh, he's gone around the outside of Wildney for position. What a move,
What a move.
from GT Realm. Let's just sit back and take a bow.
All hands
Oh
to
my
battle station.
god.
It was battle stations
That
earlier.
was- That was fantastic.
Move of the day. Solid.
Yeah.
Round the outside, round the outside,
this pass-
round the outside.
this pass I
GT
really
goes
enjoyed.
round the outside. That was incredible. Beautiful move there.
I think Pac-Man has to start worrying now.
Yeah.
Because Matt is really reeling him in. He's doing some solid lap times. He's making the super softs last. Consistent 12s, mid 12s. 2 laps to go.
There we go. There is Pac-Man. There is Matt Humphrey in 3rd position. King Kean holding 4th. GT Round has now got 5th. But I tell you what, this is massive points for BMW. Sorry. And also Volkswagen, because if Toddy can stay in that top 10, he's in a great position. Roses down the inside of Toddy for position. Ooh, that's a bit aggressive, wasn't it? Toddy trying to get down the inside of Roses, not going to do it. Oh,
Shields
Wildney's
and
gone
deflectors
wide.
up, go to
Roses
yellow
down the
flags.
inside, gets it done. Yes, he does. Toddy's going to have a look on this as well. So Wildney going backwards now with these
You have selected
worn out medium tyres. This is absolutely incredible.
Ho, ho, ho.
He's got the run on him though. He has the run on Wildney.
So we're going to have a look at Sarah Hawkey there in 13th. Doing a good job with Sarah. Obviously, this is new to her with the tyre wear as well, but she's doing a good job in 13th place. Deceptive Ginge in 12th, trying to wear off some of that dirt on his tyres there. We've got Mario in 11th, and he's just had a bad day at the office here today. PWT has dropped down to 10th spot as well, so very frustrating for PWT. We've got Midnight there in 9th, Wildney in 10th. Toddy has now got past. Roses is there in 6th, and he's closing up on GT Realm. Has he got that done? Look at that, down the inside on the straight. Wow, that thing's got some pace.
It really does have some legs, and he's on the super softs and Realm's tyres. Wow.
Let's have a look at his tyre. They are absolutely shot, aren't
Yeah,
they?
no
This
wonder.
is not a good car for this track. Wildney going wide in the background there, but it's Tabron still on that 7.5 second lead. Pac-Man has got Matt Humphrey all over
Yeah.
the back of him now with a minute and 30 seconds to go. Is that going to be a
That slip.
change?
He's going to be on him coming out of the last bend. He really... Oh, mistake from Pac-Man. He is on him.
There's only so much you can do on these medium tyres, but there we go. There goes the move down the inside for Matt on Pac-Man. Gets it
There's
done.
nothing Pac-Man could have done
Oh, he's
about
on the
that.
try down the inside though. Look at him, the Genesis. Fantastic. Side by side, first, second and third. And has the Ferrari got the pace? Oh, I don't know, you know. I
Yeah,
really
I think
don't know.
it
Look
does.
at the Genesis.
It's
very
holding
close.
its own. That's a heavy car as well, that Genesis.
Yeah, he's got the outside line now as Matt, and he looks like he's going to get this done. Or is he? Oh, Matt, so Pac-Man just dubs the brake
Unlucky
there,
Matt.
Snoopy, and Matt
Unlucky
goes
ball.
into second. Great driving by the two of them.
Yeah, I'm not sure Pac-Man can do anything at this stage. I think he's a bit of a sitting duck, sitting behind a fast driver on super softs.
Mistake from King Kian. Mistake from King Kian. And that's put Roses back in contention. 30 seconds to go. Sorry, but it was a massive mistake there from King Kian. Slides against the wall there. GT Realm in 6th. Toddy is battling Midnight for the 7th spot here. Midnight is pushing hard now with that really dodgy left front tyre on Toddy's car. Midnight is pushing for that position on the super soft tyre down the outside. He's going to have the inside line for this right-hander, which he looks like he's got done side by side of the two of them. As they come into the left-hander, Toddy's got the inside line, Midnight on the outside. Looks like he's going to get the cutback here. He's trying to get the inside line, not quite doing it there. Fantastic stuff. Winner
Chopped
is
his nose
Tabron.
off.
Winner is Tabron. Sorry, Tabron, I missed it at the end there. Matt is in second. Pac-Man is in third. We got King got Roses here. No, he hasn't. King has got Roses, and Roses goes into fifth. Well done to King getting fourth. Roses in fifth. GT Realm's going to take sixth. Oh, look at Midnight on the back of Toddy for position. Toddy gets seventh. Massive points for VW today. Midnight in eighth. And then we got
Mario and Ginge photo finish.
Oh, there we go. So PWT in ninth. Then we got Wildney in 10th. Oh, Wildney's got a penalty. Needs to get rid of the penalty as he crosses the line. Deceptive Ginge takes 11th from Mario. But there is your winner, Tabron. Tabron, I am so sorry. I missed it. Just caught him as he crossed the line there. Oh, Ted Track's Racing want to shoot me now.
6 seconds to the good as well. Incredible.
That is incredible. But there you go. Matt
Well
takes
done, Sam.
second place.
Made it.
Pac-Man takes third. There he goes.
Doubt she had much
And
time
we're
for
going to wait
practice in
for
this, so she did
Sarah
bloody
Hawkey
well.
to come over the line in 30th. But Tabron is your winner in race 1 today.
That was interesting.
Drive for the day today, mate.
I honestly think that if Matt would have started on the super softs, I think that could have been close between Tabron and Matt. Matt was fast today.
Yeah, it's very intriguing. Very, very intriguing indeed. And great to see all those guys battling away there. It was something special to watch, and congratulations to the top 3 there. But brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Let's take a look at those race results, shall we?
So I can't see the chat at this moment.
So Tabron takes the win, Matt in second, Pac-Man in third, King in fourth.
Oh, thank you.
Roses
It was,
in fifth, GT Realm
yeah,
in
do you know, I'm
sixth,
fairly
Toddy in
happy with the
seventh,
drive.
Midnight
Could
in
have been
eighth.
better, but I'm
Marcus
happy
there
with
in
it.
9th PWT, Wildney in 10th, Deceptive Ginge 11th, Mario in 12th, and Sarah Hawkey on a debut in the Audi takes 13th, and we lost Flying Bagpipes. Hopefully
That
it was a
is
disconnection.
fair.
If it was, he gets a point. Oh, fastest lap goes to Tabron. So there we go. That was a fantastic race. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching that one. We have race 2 coming up, and that is going to be an absolute belter. But let's have a look and see who we have in the comms box. And we have them here. Pac-Man, what a drive, mate. Just needed that last lap to finish a little bit earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, that was good fun. Yeah, good fun. So obviously, congratulations to Tabron there. That VW's first. Obviously, I know he's driving with.
The return of
Also
the
feeling poorly as
wild
well. So
owner.
well
With
done to him. Obviously,
vengeance.
coming out to race.
You
Yeah,
know
in
how to make
terms
me
of the
smile,
car,
don't you?
I just want to just keep it clean. Really, just it wasn't the fastest car on the track. I knew that.
Oh, dear.
It just a case of just trying to keep it as clean as possible. But I mean,
Return
once
of
Matt
the
started reeling me in, I mean, having driven the Ferrari yesterday, I know that that's got like really nice balance for this track, and it's quick. And obviously, keeping clean on the mediums without hitting the wall and trying to keep an eye on the rearview mirror is pretty intense.
It was absolutely incredible. Great drive, mate. And obviously, we've seen you side by side with Matt in the Ferrari there. It was brilliant to watch, and just thought, oh, great respect from both of you. Brilliant driving, fantastic. Well done. Congratulations, and great points as well, because Midnight did a stunning job as well. So well done, mate. Great job.
Shit, he said something positive
Thank
about
you.
me.
Cheers.
Right, let's have a word with Matt. Matt, great job there in the Ferrari. Obviously lost your teammate very, very early on, but second place
Is he feeling all right?
with a tyre change. Do you think that the tyre change was a little bit later than you would have preferred, or were you happy on those mediums?
You know me, Spitman. Always happy on the mediums. Had seemed to have a lot of pace on them and held that consistent. I was losing a second, I think, on that last lap before my pit, but it was a couple of small errors here and there that caught me out. But no, got on the supers and just hunted down Pac-Man, and I was surprised I actually caught him. Not been too confident on this track, but it was a very good race. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, well done, mate. Congratulations, and great drive, and that's another nice big bunch of points for Ferrari there. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, mate. Have a good one.
Tabron. These crews lighting up the wheels at the start at KFC are really working now. That car was insanely quick, and I know you're not feeling very well, mate, so that is an achievement in itself. Well done, mate. Congratulations. Great drive. How do you feel about the race? I know, obviously, how do you feel? You're going to say shocking, but how do you feel, mate? Great drive.
Yeah, well, I'm over the moon, Craig. I'm not going to lie. Again, bit lucky. There was that many of us in the first couple of corners. I managed to use my head and just go for the gaps, you know, and my game plan, as I said last week, I've just got to get to the front as quick as I can, and I did the same again this week. And then I just took off. I mean, they were too busy fighting behind me, and, you know, fair play to the other guys, you know. It's great racing, I love it. I've just had a couple of lucky races where I've got away, you know.
I think an angel took over
Indeed,
it.
mate.
Yeah, love it,
that
Craig, love
thinking.
it.
I really do.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I mean, it was stunning to watch, and again, Toddy did a fantastic job as well today. I mean, he
think
got
we should
himself
do a
up
bit
to
of
seventh,
Austria Saturday CRT.
brilliant drive from him as well. So yeah, nice big bag of points for Volkswagen. So that should keep you right in the contention now. Well done.
Yeah, we can do that in a bit.
Thanks, Craig.
I'd like that.
So boosted, great drive from those boys there, and yeah, Tabron really showing the way. But who's your driver today for that race?
Driver of the day for me personally, I think it has to be Matt. In that race, I just thought he held his ground incredibly well. Starting on the mediums is never easy. His tyre wear is just out of this world, and to come back and get second, yeah, it's Matt for me.
Yeah, oh, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But there we go, Matt for Boosted Alpha. Ram got in the way, says Jamie. Let's see what else we got. Let's go, says Vines. We got looking good on Facebook. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate that.
Okay, let's leave the CC sim racing feed there, because otherwise we're going to just basically tune into the next one. 10 laps. I hope it's wet.
That's what she said.
Yeah. We all knew that was going to be said. So let's crack on. Unfortunately, you can't put Monza in the wet. I think Austria we could do in the wet, but CRT won't be in the wet. I'm looking forward to it this weekend. Austria is my proverbial home for the Corvette, but you know it's going to have to be a very measured race. We should try and do the best we can. You know, as both individuals and as a team. So we'll see. Why haven't we got any audio? Like at all. Oh, it's plugged into the wrong thing. No. Sadly, I don't think he'll go for it. So just for the sheer fact it will be too late notice. I mean, I'd like to do it. I just don't think we'll get him to do it. We have an Ivanbrook in the room. In a 911 in the wet, the 911 is brilliant. So yeah, he would have nothing to lose by doing that, but I can imagine, yeah, he won't to do it, just to sheer fact it's too late notice. I mean, I don't think we have a wet race on the CRT calendar, which is a little bit disappointing. Yeah, this is madness. No, this is GT Sport, where penalties are normal for existing. You know, GT Sport. Sarah, if you are listening, I think you did a cracking race, particularly in the academy, and baptism of fire for the Group 4 race, but I think you did very well for your first appearance. So well done, sweetie. Ooh, I can break a lot later for that. Good to see you here. And I know I've said it personally, but it's absolutely cracking when someone who's in the chat or in the Discord turns up and races. I mean, it actually makes my day. It really does. Ah, you want a punt? You can try, you're gonna catch me first. No, we have some unfinished business, if you know what I mean. Is that when you were going the wrong way around the track round? I don't remember which track it was. And then you missed. That unfinished business. Fine, those painkillers are kicking in though, so that's at least something good for me. Yeah. The one where you were dissing my Corvette and then the Corvette went off into the distance alongside Hawko. That one. Missed. Oh. Must have taken myself off there. Yeah, for context, everybody, there was a little bit of offline racing. Sadly, I only managed to squeeze in one race today, and I was told, "Oh, that Corvette it's a boat and it can't do anything." And then I promptly finished second. You know, just 2 seconds behind Hawko. So I think I did well. I was pleased with my performance, is what I'm saying. Japanese car has got to be sent sideways. Hashtag Tokyo Drift. It's a rule. It is a rule. I need to get some Tokyo Drift memes, don't I? To play. Just for you. You know what, I've just realised after, well, I realised sort of during that last race, I usually put a lot more time into GT Sport, And obviously I've been playing a lot of horror games for Horrortober, which is my channel's version of October Shenanigans. And I realise it feels a bit strange to be on track, so I'm going to start putting a bit more effort back into GT Sport. I will do what I can for you to get you some Tokyo Drift stuff. Admittedly, I've been really enjoying all the Resident Evils, Devil May Cry's, and that sort of thing, but I suppose at some point you've got to do what you're interested in and what you want to do, but my core audience in particular wants to see some GT Sport, and I should be happy to supply it, and I will be. So I'll make sure I at least do some GT Sport every other night now. And if anyone's in the chat that wants to come and join the race, you know, the lobbies, more than welcome to have you. Parabolica, and onto the straight. See if we can actually set a decent time. I want to be in 138 at some point. 138.9, there we go. You need rear brake bias. Are you trying to drift again? So how many laps is Austria? We can do a practice in a minute. Or at least a halfway practice, half distance or something. Oh yes, fair point. As I say in Tokyo Drift, rip that e-brake. Laps. So we do 15, we have a bit of fun. How does that sound? Whoop. That was a dodge. Oh yeah, I owe you some reps, don't I? Okay. Ivan Brook left the room. So I need to join the room. Sorry, Nista, buddy. Good to see you, man. In which case, yes, I owe you some reps. Here too, this is for you for doing it during the middle of the CCSR race. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thanks for that one. I thought about it, but I was a bit too concerned with my team and what's the time? You know, not cocking up. So next time, I always get it after the race at least. You're the master of cocks. Interesting. I need to use Brit livery. Love it. Oh, halfway Imago is telling me to go. Okay. Let's get the race underway. Let's use the wheel. Just because I can. So the master of puppets, we've got master of cocks. Because why not? Oh. Yeah, why does he want a restart? That's a new. That is a really weird insult. It's the weirdest insult I've ever heard. What does NFS stand for? Oh, I think I just worked it out. No. Shit. Also, great spelling of the word arse. Yeah, just don't pay attention to it. I'm not gonna. Don't pay a blind bit of attention. I'm not gonna. If anything, it's just funny. I think someone's a bit too passionate about a lobby. And mistakes happen. I mean, this is GT Sport. We're never going to be, you know, the best or cleanest drivers of every single race. And you pulled over and waited, so you did what you could. And not to mention, it was a mistake. Never mind. Where are you going? Boy, I forgot how much kick this thing had. Gotta love a bit of racing around Monza, haven't you? Oh, okay. I didn't even think about that. How'd you change that? There we go. Oh, apparently I was going around Parabolica there. Thanks a heads up. I had it offline because I was watching some replays the other day, and I guess I forgot to turn it back. Bit of Tokyo drifting there. Here too. Whoa! Where are you going? Oh. Oh dear. Austria? That happened. So yeah, being called a donkey, really? I mean, that's a sign of great intelligence there. Okay, Austria, here we come. Where's Austria? If we right down the bottom. Oh, it's Red Bull Ring, isn't it? Not Austria. Times 3. What's the tyre wear for CRT? It's times 5, isn't it? Oh, absolutely, butt hurt. Some people are like that though. Just don't pay attention. Weather is 7:45. Oh, okay. I'll change it in a sec. I did take a bit of a guess on that one. Oh, that's what I... Apparently that's what I clicked. So, that was good. I suppose I better change it to Group 3 as well, hadn't I? Because Doofus here hasn't. Yeah, I'm going to run the yellow one. Yeah, turn 1 at Monza is basically the term for Fustercluck Central. I got out of your way because I had in my head that you were just going to ram me into turn 1. So when we were straight, one you following me, I went, nope, I'm getting out of your way just in case you decided to ram me. Just in case. I gave you a clear run into turn 1 round the outside. Never mind. Obviously someone couldn't take the fact that they were being chipped. Will? Oh, there he goes. It's now woken up. Ooh, someone's aggressive. Okay, let's get some good CRT practicing. Place that we know well, Austria. Lovely penalties around this track. Oh, how I've missed you, Red Bull Ring. So this track coming up, it either creates absolute epic racing or a faster clock. I mean, there's no in between at this course. You never have a dull race. You're either off in the gravel out there gardening with Ziggy and Bottas, or you're having the race of your life. Valtteri is James. Obviously the last race, Bottas won. At the end, I heard Valtteri is James. Bear in mind the racing was over. I was like, oh no, here it comes. But hang on a second, no, he's just won the race. He's not going to be told to move over. Every time you hear it, it's just synonymous with Valtteri getting boned. It's true though. So is he gay or just a sub? What? Found a new bit of track. So is he gay or just a sub? I'm curious. Huh? Let's see, what are you on about? Did you mean to put that in the chat? Ah, yeah. Well, Wolves, I need to right behind me. Didn't expect that going into turn one. Just minding my own business, and there's a Zionista up my butt. Do you know what? I was thinking the opposite. I was considering the one stop. But we always go a different strategy, don't we? When I do a one stop, you do a two stop. When you do a two stop, I do a one stop. I did a two stop. I think you were at the first race at I can't remember its name. That really long track. You were almost doing a free stop on there, weren't you? Toyota, yeah. Yeah, you kept forgetting to put fuel in the damn car, didn't you? That's to Tokyo Drift into corner one there. I've got to say, the tyre wear around here looks pretty even. And unlike all the other tracks, it's been heavily on the fronts, isn't it? Whoops. That's what happens when you pick up the throttle too much in a Corvette. Whoop! Oh, that wasn't a drift. That was a demonstration of what not to do. You see, it was for everyone else's benefit, you see. Can anyone else call bullshit on that one? Because I definitely can. Okay, we're going to the race. I have a nice race for this. I am going to try on controller. See what I can get away with. Yeah, it sounds like you're doing the right thing there, too. Quite frankly, you should be using more rear bias on the front engined rear drivetrain cars. So I was fighting a sneeze. Sounds good. Okay, 15 laps of Spielberg and see what we can learn. That Zion Easter NSU goes sideways at the same time, coming up the corner. So, anyone in the chat have any tips or experiences they want to share regarding endurance racing? Anything they want to talk about? You know, feel free, the forum is yours. Oh, Pink Pant Air has joined the room. Right as we start the race. That's poor timing. sure Zionisa didn't get the fastest lap there. Should definitely not have been me. I do like this track. There's something about it that just puts me in an absolute zen zone, as accident-prone racing would call it. Just sort of just chill out, let the corners come to you. There's no drama. It's just literally just your reactions in the circuit. Nothing else matters. Just for the period of time that you're on the course. All I've got is I'm blue, abadida badai going through my head. Now the fact I've got a blue background for the CCSR races, and I heard, I think it was there two played it earlier on, it was. It's been going through my head for the last 20 minutes. Good song. Shame I can't have a longer clip than that, but thank you, Sarah. Do you want to come do some practice, Sarah? You're more than welcome to. And if you didn't hear me say earlier on, I think you did fantastic in the academy race, and considering it was absolute baptism by fire for the CCSR, you did very well. And you're more than welcome to come practice with Team Dadbod. Oh, it was you as well. I think the pair of you have just redeemed it, so that's cool. I may have to turn that down because that thumps through the floor, that thing, but I love it. And no worries, you're more than welcome, Sarah. I mean, you did very well, and I imagine that Audi was an absolute bitch when it comes to the tyre wear. I mean, in hindsight, I should have got off those mediums one lap earlier, but I didn't want to be running around with no tyres. Well, I'll tell you what, so if you want to join this, or if anyone wants to join this, you're more than welcome. Absolutely anyone. We'll restart, okay? Until then, I'm going to sit here out front, just setting laps. Yeah, that's fair. I really don't blame you. It's amazing how much the CCSR can take it out of you. Though I'm a little bit... By the time I felt like it really got going for me, it was the 20-minute mark, and by that point the race is over. That's why I like the CRT, because it's 40 minutes. I've always been much more a fan of the longer races. Actually, if you quit out after asking me to do this... Hey, GTA is a good call. You got mad. Yeah, that's fair. Try again. If anyone wants to join, now's your time. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Not sure why I said that's a little bit like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, I'm on it, Carl. Why Carl? Carl? Like, you know, thingy. Personally, I do have GTA, but I won't play it on the PS4 or Xbox One consoles. For the sheer fact it's limited to 30 frames a second. And once you come down from the PC on that one, it is irritating as shit, just because it feels like it's broken. Once I guarantee if you were to go up to the PS5 or the Xbox Series X, or Series S even, it runs at 60 frames a second. It would look so and feel so much nicer. I just cannot deal with it. Unfortunately, it's not a PC Master Race thing. It's just what I've gotten used to. I hate playing GTA at 30 frames a second. I just can't do it. I like Carl, like iCarly. Yep, I have no idea what you're on about, too. A couple of us done the haunted thing yesterday. Haunted thing? It sounds like I'm missing out on something. This would have been in a seasonal update or something. You are right. I played the GTA 5 on Xbox 360. I'm watching a black and white movie. Hunted. Oh yeah, Hunted. Yeah, yeah. If you go back to the original console versions of the GTA 5, it looks horrible now. I mean, it's still a big open world, and that's absolutely fantastic. But compare it to, you know, the modern, either modern PC spec or modern current gen consoles, it looks absolutely crisp as anything. It shouldn't be more than 30 frames a second. Shouldn't be, unless the PS4 runs higher. But I know the Xbox is limited to 30, and my eyeballs just can't deal with it. This feels like a stop animation.
Shields and deflectors up, go to yellow alert.
Bill, what's that? Fighting the steez. No, that's not happening. Daffinator 79. Who the hell's that? Fair enough. And two, you are the warmest person I've ever met. Sup, Bill, you fracker? Brain's all hurting from the tomahawks. Oh god, you didn't do a tomahawk race, did you? How is you're the warmest person I've... Oh, okay, fair enough. And you did the hunted thing, Sarah. So, did you do the same thing as what Fail Race do, where they hunt someone for an hour in game? So I will do you a deal, Sarah. I will do exactly that with you on PS5 when I get one. It too.
That's what she said.
Yeah, but slightly shorter. Fair enough. I mean, I'm game for that. I'd definitely do that. I mean, it's a bloody shame that PC, Xbox, and PlayStation don't have a cross-platform. But obviously, you get all the PC players, that mod, just taking the absolute piss. Okay. When I have myself a PS5, whenever that happens, I'll be sure to do that. Frack off, you bloody plonker. Standard English insult, your mum. Oh man, unlucky Sarah. How much, Sarah, how much is the PS5 going for? Where you were going to get it? And was it the digital or the disc version? Or was it just get your hands on what you can get your hands on? In all honesty, I'd go with the opposite. I would say it's the disc version you want. Most things are going digital, I will give you that. But I suppose until we can get readily available 8TB M.2 drives, then it's a little bit, you know, it's not as easy as cut and dry as disc or no disc. 570. Holy, well, 449. Jesus. But was that the digital or the disc? That must be the disc version. And don't get me wrong, I wholeheartedly embrace digital consoles, but they need to make the price of the games cheaper, because if they're charging £60 or $80 for a game, it is wrong. Oh! Okay, so if you buy a copy of the game, you can download it as well, and then you can sell the copy of the game. Six. Okay, so you're getting a better exchange rate for starters. Obviously, there's got to be some sort of code that you put in to stop games from being digital download for someone and then just giving the disc to someone, surely. You have the disc or the digital copy. Right, okay. Because I was thinking it come with the disc and the digital copy. Okay, that makes more sense. Fair enough. I fully embrace digital-only gaming, because it's quicker to load, there's less storage to worry about in terms of physical discs lying around, and degradation of the game disc. Company and game sharing accounts. But quite frankly, I prefer having a disc. I suppose it's more sentimental at this point, isn't it? Well, I expect the biggest point for me is the cost of the digital downloads, because games that are popular do not go on offer nearly as often as ones which are unpopular. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just my backwards thinking about a game that I want on offer that never goes on offer. I suppose. Well, I find either the resale of discs, second hand, or Amazon, getting rid of old stock is much cheaper than buying a digital copy on PSN, which can be upwards of £50-60 UK. I'd say discs are cheaper. Fastest boat in the West. Looks like the other guy's gone. I'm not restarting it this time. Daffinator is gone. It's a brave choice there, by the way, with the Ferrari. Oh, Zai needs to do a bit of ziggy gardening. It's like you two are having fun with a little bit of drifting. Come on! Let's go to the chopper. Bill, if you're still there, how you doing, mate? I don't even know you're there because when it goes yellow. Oh, Zionistas on my tail. Very quick that lap there from Zion. And Etu out there having a little bit of a drift. Oh, you are quick in that Aston, man. Gotta love drifting. Oh, somebody's getting closer. Nay, that man. Whoa. That's my version of Tokyo Drift. That was Tokyo Code Brown, if you ask me. Yeah, I think someone's having a problem with the oversteery nature of that Ferrari. Step out is surely oversteer. Do you mean like step out when under braking or step out when on power? I suppose that's the catch, really, isn't it? Under brake? Oh yeah, fair enough then. Looked like you have more problem on power, but I suppose I'd only ever see the bit where you were lining up the tyres. So mid-corner it likes to step out. That's a very awkwardly handling car. Though I would surmise that's because it's mid-engine. I mean, I suspect the Lambo and the R8 are like that too. Just trying to work out why my front right is wearing faster than my front left. That doesn't make much sense. And most of these corners here are right-handers. The only real long left-handers here are these next two. So they are quite long corners, really, aren't they? And everything else is like a short, sharp, you know, switch of direction kind of corner. Whoops. That was a terrible lap. Never mind. You've seen that Red Bull statue over there. I can't help but thinking every time we see it from that corner, we're looking at his ass. It's true, you know. Actually, no. Yeah, we were. Point taken, I suppose. I need to a 28.76 really. Quick lap there, man. Ah, the Red Bull ass. Good times. Ooh, that first corner was getting a bit tricky. You might see if we can go for fast lap. Yeah, go for it. His tyres are struggling now. Oh yeah. My right hand is numb for those two fingers. I mean, I completely cannot feel them. And no, that's not what she said. Just literally have no blood in that part of my hand. Should use a wheel really, shouldn't I? Because that would at least would have been a bit more. Oh, almost. Want to do a 5-lap sprint there, you two? Oh, shush, you hadn't asked him. 5-lap sprint? What do you guys fancy? Yeah, turn 3. And which one do you define as turn 3? Because by Formula 1 terms, this is turn 2, that's turn 3, but by sort of GT Sport racers terms, most of us call that turn 2. I think you mean that one, because some people tend to skid off to the right there, don't they? Yeah, if you go by Formula 1 terms, the second hairpin is turn 3. But so many players call the top hairpin, the first one, turn 2, not turn 3. Yeah. Fast Tanya has joined the room. I love how that message is hanging in there too. Not a bad lap there. There too. Not a bad lap at all. Oh, let's get this 5-lap sprint underway. Why did my wheel do that? It just went donk off to the side. I hope that's not a sign of it going a bit wonky. One hopes. But to be fair, I kind of thought you'd be using the Subaru. So it's not exactly a car that you're used to driving all that much. Hey, Batman. Yeah, had fun. Could have done a little better if I hadn't picked myself up a penalty. In hindsight, I probably should have contested it because I had to take to that little bit of track to avoid... I can't remember who it was. Toddy? Might have been Toddy. Who was cutting me off a little bit. So who's binned it again? Yeah, and I did get squeezed a couple of times. I think it again was by Toddy. Don't quote me. But yeah, it was a good race. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed that track for CCSR. I do think I could have done better, but yeah, you know, what will be sometimes. I mean, you did fantastically to come home with third, so well done, mate. Looked like the GTRs really struggled there at a long pace, and I could see the Audis were as well. What's the next race for Group 3 and 4 after this week? Yeah, it was an unusual track. I mean, being the fact it's part banked, part infield, is weird. Yeah, I'd race there again. I know, you did really well, dude. If you want to look into anything, as obviously you're the team manager, could you look into the last lap with me and the the toddy guy, just to see if you think it's legal, because I think I got a bit squeezed. And it wasn't the only time in the race that he did it to me. More than anything, I'd like to sort of raise it as a point for future CCSR that we don't want that kind of happening, because I never knew if I could commit to the corner or not. And I had a bunch more speed than him as well. I mean, to the point was a second or 2 seconds a lap faster. So, you know. Let's go see if we can catch this Swiss. Route 3 next week, Autopolis. Oh god, I hate that track. Alright, better get on it then. Well, I can do either now on a Thursday or Tuesday, so whichever you guys want to do, just slot me in one of those two. Whoops. Yeah, seriously, mate, you had an absolute crack of a race for Team Dadbod Racing. So well done, dude. Absolutely well done to you. Woo. Getting a bit sideways in this one, aren't I? Yeah, no, I get that. The VW was... When he pulled at a 10.9, I was like, what the actual hell? And that was a seriously, where did that come from moment. Mandy, sweetie. Thank you very much. You can always count on you, can't I? And so many of you, to be fair. So many of you are brilliant. $111.5. Sheesh. Yeah, that car is way too quick on the balance of power one. Yeah, I mean, with our car, I think a low 12 was max, or high 11, you know, absolutely maxed out. There's no way we'd be getting 10s in that car. Yeah, it's not bad, Mandy. It's a quiet one tonight, but, you know, it's quite nice. Had a good race with CCSR. And, you know, it's nice getting back to GT Sport. I've had so much of horrors, Resident Evil, Devil May Cry and whatnot for this last week or so that it's nice to get back to a bit of GT Sport. How did your Lego stream go? Looked like you were having fun. Is it worth raising the the balance of power issue with Craig or the admin team, because nice one, Mandy. I like it. Because there's no way that we should have been in the same race as that VW. Or are they going to just say, well, it balances itself out with the tyre wear? When you look at your phone, you see you've got 27 messages. Is that Team Dabbod? Yep. I'll catch up with the chat after the stream, Paul. You're in the sin bin? Yeah, I did wonder if they might have been. Yeah, no worries, Mr. Batman. If you want to check out my last lap again with, I think it was Toddy, don't quote me, but I do feel he didn't leave me much room multiple times, but your opinion, and I'll just back you on whatever you say, mate. If you think it's fair, I'm cool with that. Sophia, why are you using that goddamn Ferrari? Are you telling me that your CRT team are changing car? What's the difference between Streamlabs OBS and Stream Elements OBS? I think Stream Elements... Do you know what? I don't really know. I'm probably not the right person to ask, because I only use... Uh-oh, Mobo's fanboys joined the room. I only use OBS, not Streamlabs OBS. The way I've had it described to me between OBS and Streamlabs OBS is OBS is much more basic in terms of you get no frills. You have to program, you have to arrange it all yourself. And Streamlabs will help you do everything. It's a bit like one's a guide and tutorial helps you do everything, but you only get a certain amount of customization, whereas OBS is a blank slate. You can potentially get a lot more from it. I can only suggest having a look on YouTube, Mandy, and seeing what suits you more. I can link you something if you like, because I know a few creators who have done tutorials on OBS and whatnot, and we can go from there. I can only say I use OBS, plain and simple, not Streamlabs OBS, because it gives me more customization options. And it is technically harder to use. It's not that much harder to use. We're talking, you know, oh, this goes there, that goes there, and then you've learned it, and then you remember it for each time you do it. But I believe all of the more professional streamers will use OBS, not Streamlabs OBS, if that makes sense. Again, not because it's more difficult, but because it gives you a much greater potential for customization. Alright. And a quick plug for all those that haven't followed yet, feel free to follow. You get yourself an avatar on the screen. And anyone who does do a sub will make me have to do some lift some weights because, you know, why not? I like it. And if you got yourself avatars, have some stars. That kind of rhymed, didn't it? Sorry, just reading the message. Okay, time to crack on and get some racing done. Mandy, I will look for hopefully a detailed response tutorial guide to send you, but I would recommend using plain old simple OBS. The only problem is it's not the most stable thing in the world, but it is... How should I say it? It's probably better than the other from my knowledge of it. Okay, let's crack on. Be more like Momo's, he's awesome. Oh dear, here we go. Alright, you're welcome. Which one do you use? Streamlabs OBS. I saw you got a webcam now. Very cool. Just in case you didn't know though, don't put it in the top left of the screen, because that's when, if people are looking for you on the search function, that's where the live sticker will be put, so you won't be able to see your face. Not that you did anyway, I'm just giving you a heads up. Starting to regret the fact I didn't do any practice for this one. Yeah, that's fair. So is that webcam a new addition for you, Mandy? Go Brown. Go Brown. Come back here, Momos. Yeah, did you like that? I gave Tanya a bit of a knock on the way through just to say stop it. Fair enough, Mandy. Oh, Momos, what are you doing, man? Momo's has lost his touch. Kill the cone. Oh, that's going to be a penalty. Yep. So Mandy, have you played any more of GT Sport? Because it looked like you were getting really into it at one point. I was expecting you to turn up with a wheel one day. And what's Tanya doing? Why am I getting blue flags waved at me? Or is it just for Tanya? That's that. Remember, you can come and join lobbies with us whenever you feel like it, alright? Louis, looks like you've upset someone else again. Saw that coming. Hey, nice one, Mandy. Make me smile. I mean, that felt like a clear corner cut there, but no penalty. I'm not complaining. So for those that have been watching long enough, do you think I've improved on the wheel? Yes! That is literally one of my favourite tracks as well. Oh, unlucky here too. But, fastest lap here. Yo! Good game to the lot of you. This week's dailies are not my feeling on either my RAM account or EMEA. Yeah, that's fair, man. That is absolutely fair. So, Louis, what did you do to Tanya? I feel like we need an explanation. I've lost my, there it is. To be fair, completely understand that, mate. Right, let's choose another track. Don't fancy Brands Hatch. We've done Monza already. Fisherman's Run. No. Fuji. Yeah, let's do Fuji. Yeah, I did notice you two were playing a little bit of bumper cars. I could do with some Dream Daily C in replace of Group 2 at Sardinia. You've lost me on that one, mate. Know your rep, elbows out. I like it. Oh. Louis, that's not good, man. It sounds like you need a new controller. So, do you know what? I haven't tried Sardinia 1 reverse yet. Is that what you were saying, Superior? You like Group... Do you mean Group 2? Rather than Group B?
Purple GT raided with 3 viewers.
Hey, Purple! You're a good man. We never get Group B dailies. If you mean Group 2, man, we had one a couple of weeks back for Brands Hatch. I mean, they are rare, but we did have one. I know what you mean. They're only about a quarter of the time, if that. And good evening, Mitch. Oh, Group B. Okay, I'm hearing you now, mate. Hey, Ziggy. Yeah, I could have done better, but thank you very much. It was a fun race. And Purple, thank you so much for the raid, dude. I absolutely adore having you and respect you to high hell. So thanks, mate. Avoid race B. Is it a bit of a fuss-cluck? Because I haven't done any dailies in about a week. If anyone wants to come and join the lobby, it's an open lobby. We're just doing some some lobbies, obviously. Atrocious. Now that is not a word you see all that often, but you hear it a lot, particularly when it comes to Formula 1 drivers just being a bit crap. I miss Fuji, you know, being Group 3 daily race C from a couple of weeks back. I loved that. I do try to, but when you get a filthy race, it's just like, well, I guess I'm going to go punting today. I had that in the Americas a couple of weeks ago when I was doing some lobbies. Again, it was actually at Fuji, but there were so many that were dirty drivers. It was just like, shadow round time, whack! To be fair, they all deserved it. Youch. What is daily race B this week? Because I've forgotten what they are. I know daily race C is Sardinia reversed. Zio, stop tormenting her too. You got your lines. It's the drifting karting rally line, isn't it? Catalonia Group 4. Oh, that explains it. That really does explain it. Missed that corner completely. Never mind. Yeah, Catalonia. As soon as you say Barcelona, yeah, that's chaos when it comes to the dailies. I don't think I've ever driven Sardinia in reverse, except when we've all been dicking around. But that's besides the point. So I'll give, I might give Daily Race C a go tomorrow. Do a bit of practice tonight or something like that, because again, I haven't driven it. In fact, I might just do a lobby on this on that in a minute. I do hate the track limits on this track. You can go drifting in your own time. This is racing. At least attempted racing. Oh, there's it too, right there, being a pain in the butt. I am saying I can't drift. I can spin really well, but I can't drift. That's different. Whoop. Whee! I just let reverse in this. There we go. Really hard to spin this car around. Yep, can't drift it. I told you I could spin it. Okay, let's get this race underway. All ticked in, let's go. And for those that are new here, welcome. This is Midnight Icer. And this is going to be a fun little race. Fisherman's Ranch. I just cannot do the rally ones in this. Just have absolutely no interest in them either. So why do you keep persevering with that damn Ferrari? Whoops. That was awfully close on the radar, Zion. This is going to end up in a crash. So Momo's got Momosed. Watch out there too, fastest boat in the west. Catch you later, Mandy. Speak to you soon, sweetie, and thank you for the host earlier on. Very kind of you. It's a pleasure to have you here. Oh, I took that corner so wrong. Turned it way too early. It's a drag race. Momos versus Midnight. Yeah, no worries, Purple. Thank you very much for the raid. So, arts goes out to you, man. Oop. It's been overtaken by Momo's fanboy. Maybe. Looks like Momo's and the two are throwing crap at each other as always. Louis, you going easy on us today, mate? So, yeah, Mr. Purple, lights out. Look at that Corvette power. Oh. Me reading the comments, just... I must forget to take the actual bit of track there, didn't I? Now I know why no one else uses the 4C around here. Because it's slow. Zio, I could have told you that, man. consistent race there, actually. Enjoyed that. What's just go wrong with me for a my own crotch? I did wonder as much, Louis, because I could see you weren't your normal racing self in that one. So it had crossed my mind. And Zionista. Nice. Right, I'm going to do one more race, I think. And that's going to be me for GT Sport for tonight. So let's do a fun one. Well, what I call a fun one. It's a track that I just like. I'll tell you what, we'll do this one, then we'll do a wet one, and then I'm going to call it a night.
That's what she said.
Make it a wet one, huh? We'll go... Where should we go? Austria, Tokyo, or... What's the other wet one? Spa. Should we go Spa? Well, I know Louis would like Tokyo. It's up to the three of you. Tokyo, alright, Tokyo it is then. Group 1. Ooh. Group 1 wet. Alright, deal. Yeah, too, do you have a Group 1 racing car? Because I don't know if you do or don't. No, wrong car. Okay, cool, as long as you're sorted. Hey, Zionista, you and I had the same thought. 9/11. Alright, whenever you're ready, two, ready up and we'll get cracking. That's how we roll. No practice to go straight into the race. When everyone's readied up. You've been sure you got enough money to buy a Group 1, haven't you? Come on, go buy one, go buy one. You were still on heavy wets. What, for the last race? Hmm? Okay, it's going to have to be Group 2 then, Louis. Or we could switch accounts. Okay, if you have enough. Yeah, okay, sweet. In which case, let's get cracking, because I've done the wrong thing. There we go. That's it. Start qualifying. That's got to be the race, surely. Yep. Because GT Sport makes lots of sense. Ow. And honestly, thank you to all the followers. I mean, absolute hearts out to all of you guys that have been here since day 1 and day 191. So thank you all very much. Cracking knuckles or cracking heads? That was a cracking head, but that's cracking knuckles. Oh, that's a good one. I loathe going down the outside of people on this corner. And that's why. Momo's got Momo'd again. I do like this course. Oh, something about it just brings out the racer in me. Thank you, Itu. Sitting on the rear wing of that McLaren really makes you feel the understeer. Sorry. I was trying to let you go, man. I must confess, I do like the 911 in this game. I mean, it may not be the quickest car, but I just like driving it. I think I just don't like turbo cars in this game.
Shields and deflectors up, got a yellow alert.
Yellow alert. Annabelle. I've got to say, I'm jealous of your car choice, I really am. I mean, I love my Corvette, but the Corvette feels... the 911 feels much more like a racing car than a boat. How you doing, Bill, though? You all good, man? That's fair enough, man. It's good to hear from you there, man. It really is. Oh! Not sure why I picked up a penalty there. I'm not sure if Zionisa lost it or if our Louis took him out. I think you and Louis need to get together and buy a new controller each. I'm sure I'll be fine with it, mate. Louis, I can see you're suffering with your throttle application, mate. I think you need a new controller, I really do. I was going to say that middle sector felt good. Going purple in there. Louis nearly going for a pit stop. I hope they do something with those track limits in GT5, 7, because even I know I'm taking the piss there. Not entirely sure what Zenita and Etu were doing 30 seconds behind, but if your controller's crapped up, what else can you do? I don't know what I'm doing either at some points. Yeah, I could definitely see you were struggling with throttle application in that one. The amount of times you went sideways was unreal. We're not. Why? Did I say something? Or was it me referring to you racing the Ferrari? Because I thought at Austria, because I thought we were doing CRT practice, and then you brought out the Ferrari. I just wanted you to ask Bill or someone for permission to change car or something. Yes, I just wondered if you'd asked for permission. That's all. Honestly, Supras should be able to change. It's just Upra. My last controller did the throttle thing in the Supra GT Monza race. Now move back to the one I've been because it doesn't always turn in. Ah. How do you guys keep knackering controllers? It's alright, you did say Tokyo, I'll change. Forza. And it's got to be a great run. So, Etu, if you want to duck out now and go and grab your other account, we'll wait for you. I wonder why that was so easy to set up. It wasn't South Outer Loop. Central Outer Loop. That looks like the one. No, it's not it. Central Inner Loop. Nope, I think I went to the same one again. Okay, maybe not. It's not that one at all. Must be Eastern then. That's the one. Ooh, Zio. Yeah, we were thinking about this the other night. Yeah, it's like who was the only mad bastard to do all 3 races? And it was me and you, wasn't it? Because we were the only idiots that would do it. It was good fun though. It really was. Ooh. Hmm. I don't think I've driven this car in the wet before. I'll try again. Oh, I think you were the only 2 idiots, Kulos and Smart. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, now I remember why I always do wet races on the controller. Do I have traction control on? No. Jeez. Do you want me to reset? Alright, hang on. I'll tell you, why don't you set up the lobby, we'll come find you. How about that? I'm definitely using a controller. There seems to be that account that GT Sport doesn't like, doesn't it? It's weird. Alright, I'll set up another one. Alright, if you can do it, we'll meet you there, okay? Well, it seems fine on your other account. Just your American account, it really doesn't work. Now that's a list. Come on, when you're ready. Or should I set it up? Okay, no worries. Don't worry, we're only waiting for you. Just, take your time. Loading. Seems to be that it won't let you join me on that account more than anything. It's weird, isn't it? I mean, it is properly weird. Ooh. Yeah, yeah, and Stevie. It is weird. At least you have that other account now. And when you get a little bit of money behind it, you'll have a load of cars too. There's Zio. More like Momo's, he's awesome. I like it. Whoa, this thing doesn't turn. Hey, James, there's again. What have you been up to, man? That sounds pretty good, man. There's a lot to be said for fitting in workouts and all that to your normal life, and it's only good for you at the end of the day. So, well done you, mate. Yeah, I'm not too bad. I've been suffering with an absolutely incredible headache today, but it's fading now, so that's kind of nice. Other than that, just for myself, Been playing a lot of horror games, you know, like Devil May Cry, Resident Evil, for my Horror-tober. Been having fun with that. You know, had a CCSR race earlier on, which could have gone slightly better, but you know, I'll take the result. Particularly, my teammate picked up a very good position in third, so absolutely brilliant there. Otherwise, been doing my normal thing. Work, GT Sport, and horror games. Excuse me. Ready whenever you are, Artie. Just as I'm about to set the fastest lap. Oh! And then there's Louis. I was not about to set the fastest lap. Holy bananas. Holy bananas, Batman. Mix of cars here. Couldn't find traction control in time. Yeah, Lewis using a futuristic one. Whoopsie doodles. All these dials in the car does make it feel a little bit more old than, say, your average LMP one. Probably because it is. Zyro, just what damage isn't on, mate. Hello, Kirk. How's it going? It's been very quiet without you being here, mate. Sorry, Zyro. We have different breaking points. My bad. I'll let you go. Oop. Yeah, there's not a lot I have to filter with you not here. So you're trying to leave all your paint on the side of the track? Why have you just woke up at literally midnight? Hello everybody for midnight. Oh, fair enough, man. Yeah, I think you are being nocturnal tonight, mate. Yeah, too. I've got to give you credit for keeping up with Louis. I mean, damn. Honestly, no idea, but I'm impressed. I'm not very good at this course, which doesn't help. I mean, Zai needs to caught me by 2 seconds on that corner. I've got no front end grip to this car. Well, at least my driving style. I should probably inquire if the other two are actually on wets as well. So I've got a feeling they're probably not. Ooh. There's a bollard there. All I know is I have no grip on these tyres at all. These are English Grosjean. And that's when you plough into a barrier, come out the other side. As far as I'm concerned, Grosjean is a fracking Terminator. Surviving that one. I don't know about you, but I definitely wall rid that one. Spa 2012, agreed. Fair enough, man. Kudos to you, dude, as always. It started to go a bit quicker towards the end there, but I still suck at that track. I have no idea how you two are so... Well, particularly yourself, Louis, in that one, how you're regularly so quick there. Anywho, that's going to be my last race for tonight. I am actually going to go and do a little bit of Doom for an hour or two, but I'm going to go have a essentially a late dinner. Well, when I say late dinner, it's going to be a snack. And then I'm going to come back. Here's a futuristic car. We're going to put it all down to that. 100% down to that. And in fact, Louis is a racing god. So yeah. There it is. Lost the cursor there. Right, well, on that note, I'm going to... Let's raid somebody. Pass on the raid. Thank you very much to Purple for early on. Looks like... I think Stevie's winding down for the evening. So we're going to give Sabre... Damn, I'm good! I've missed that, Louis. I have missed that. I'm going to give Sabre a raid because he's a good gent as well. And it's been a while since I raided them. So I'm going to give Sabre a raid. Spooky. Well, it's not spooky. This one's going to be like blood and gore horror for Doom. I know some people that probably should have avoided. No, let's not go down that one. Let's not go down that route. And on that note, catch you all later. Enjoy some bit of Sabre. Laters.
SIF_Saberson Racer rated for 13